Welcome to Laugh Out Loud Vocabulary with Mrs. Wordsmith. I'm Jess and I've taught in primary schools for over 10 years. I know that's a really long time. And today we're taking ordinary words and turning them into extraordinary ones. So by the end of this session, you'll be using words that make your teacher say, wow, where did that come from? But why are we doing this? Let's say hi to Shirley, who will explain more.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us this World Book Day for our Laugh Out Loud Vocabulary webinar. This year we are going all in on reading, but reading isn't just about the books, it's about the vocabulary inside them. And when you read a book with amazing vocabulary, you take that with you everywhere you go, whether that's talking or writing. And today we're going to focus on those words that you learn in books and powering up your writing with them. Now, turn to the person next to you and share what your favourite book is and why. And if you can think of any words that you learned from those books, tell your partner. I'll tell you my favourite book. My favourite book is The Wind in the Willows by Kenneth Grahame, because the way in which he uses vocabulary to describe the settings around the characters is stunning. Now, for this session, you're going to have different activities to participate in, and a timer will come up in order for you to complete them. So you'll be doing things like acting words out, you'll be rewriting stories that you may know and love, lots of fun along the way. So now I'm going to pass you over to Jess, who's going to give you task 1.
Thanks, Shirley, you're absolutely right. Let's crack on and do task 1 together. You may want a whiteboard each for this. Now this is my word detective challenge. As we're celebrating the power of words, because words are what turn stories into adventures, make our work so much more exciting, here are 3 brilliant ones. These are words that we're going to focus on in this session. Flummoxed, dazzling, mischievous. But here's the challenge. No Googling, no dictionaries, just your brilliant brain. I'm going to quiz you. Which word means A, bright and impressive, B, completely confused, or C, causing trouble in a playful way? Turn to your partner or write your answer on your whiteboard. Right, let's see how you did. Here are the answers. Flummoxed means completely confused. Dazzling, bright and impressive. Mischievous, causing trouble in a playful way. Give yourself a silent cheer if you got them right. I think my favourite word would be dazzling. It just sounds so much more interesting. I'll be using that in my work. Now, let's see some of these words in action. It makes it a bit more exciting, doesn't it? The magician left the audience flummoxed. They had no idea how the trick worked. The dazzling fireworks lit up the night sky. It was so bright, you almost had to squint. The little girl was acting in a mischievous way. Now she's caught everyone's attention. Why use these words? Well, you could say the fireworks were, nice. But that doesn't really paint a picture, does it? Now listen to this. What about the fireworks? Oh no, let's do better. The dazzling fireworks exploded in a spectacular burst of colour, leaving everyone flummoxed. Now you can see it. The magic of powerful vocabulary is in that sentence. Now, let's be World Book Day heroes. Before the end of today, can you use one of these words in a sentence? Could you add it to a story or say it out loud in your best dramatic voice? Oh, spectacular. Because readers don't just read words, they collect them, they play with them, they make them sparkle. And that's what you're going to do today. And today, you've just added 3 brilliant new ones to your collection. I'm actually going to pass you back to Shirley, who's going to get you up on your feet for some Oscar-worthy acting. Get on it.
Okay, I think you've been sat down long enough today, and I want to see these amazing costumes. So everyone, up out from your seats and stand behind your chairs, ready for task 2, because guess what? We're going to get some acting in there. Yeah, that includes you in the back. I can see you trying to hide, but guess what? We're going to make you stand up for this task, and you're not going to be afraid to get a little bit silly with this one. So, we're going to warm up the faces. I would like for you to show me a happy face. Show me your happy faces in your amazing costumes for World Book Day. That looks really nice. I mean, I can still see people looking really quite glum. That's not the word we're looking for. Happy faces, like you're happy to be here with us this World Book Day. Okay, now show us your sad faces. We're starting really simple here. I mean, there's some dramatics going on back there. That looks fantastic. Right. Now let's look at one of the words that we've been learning as part of our lesson. I want you to look flummoxed. Like confused, like I've just told you to go and fly to the moon. You're looking flummoxed at me. That means that you are confused. Yes. So you're pulling some really good faces, and I imagine your teacher sees that face a lot. So now what we're going to do is you're going to use your thesauruses on your desk, and you're going to take one of the words on the screen that's going to pop up. You're going to find a synonym for that word, and you have to act it out, and then your partner has to guess what the word is. The time is going to come up for you to have 5 minutes to do this task, and let's see who can come up with the best expressions. Teachers, make sure you take the pictures for World Book Day. The time starts now. work, everyone. Now, teachers, pause the video here and pick some children to act out their words and see whether the rest of the class can guess which word they are acting out. When you are ready, you can carry on and Jess will take you through the next task.
Oh, thanks for that, Shirley. I really enjoyed seeing the expressions on everyone's faces when they were acting. Great costumes, by the way. Now, I have written 2 sentences, and I'm not going to lie, they're really boring. The dragon was big. Okay. It was scary. They're really bad, I know. But we could do some simple tweaks and upgrade them. Let's have a little look. Let's give them a glow up. Let's replace 2 boring adjectives in the sentences. So feel free to expand the sentence and add some verbs to it, make it a bit more dramatic. We all like a little bit of drama. So let's improve them. The dragon was big. It was scary. Rubbish. Here, I can share my word bank with you. Use these in your ideas. We've got enormous, towering, petrifying, looming, ferocious, trembling, shadow. was that? Did you manage it? I will share my example with you and you see if you think it's any better. Give me a thumbs up if you think it was much better and I improved it, or thumbs down if I didn't. Here we go. The enormous dragon loomed over the village, its shadow swallowing up the rooftops. Now what do you think? Show me with your thumbs. I'm hoping it's like that. I really thought that wasn't too bad. Here, let me pass you back to Shirley and you can do another activity with her.
Right, who's ready for the final task of the day? Because we have gone on a journey together. We started out with a few words, we acted them out, we've used them in sentences, and now it's up to you to use your imagination to use these words in a mini story challenge. So you need to choose one of today's words, which is flummoxed, dazzled, and mischievous. Pick one, and you have to write a 3-sentence story based on, it can be anything you want. Like, I've got some ideas that came from my brain, so you can let me know what you think of them. So we've got a flummoxed pirate who loses his map. Who loses a map as a pirate? Seriously. Then we have a mischievous squirrel stealing homework. I've had that happen before. That was an odd one. And then a dazzling potato winning a talent show. Those are just some ideas you can use. I'm sure you're going to come up with better than me, but I'm not going to give you much time to do it because it's 3 sentences. You have 5 minutes to write your mini story about anything. And what I want you to do is pull from your knowledge of reading, whether you love a Roald Dahl, a Tom Fletcher, whatever books you love, pull from those words and you can make your own crazy 3-sentence story up. And teachers, we want to see your favorite stories up on social media, so tag us in our social channels with the best stories, because you could win a prize from us. So enough talking from me, because you've got some writing to do. You've got 5 minutes starting from now.
Wow, Shirley, there were some really funny stories, and I can tell from the cheeky grins on everyone's faces, they love doing those. Now we're coming to the end of our session. Which word will you try and use this week? Think of the 3 we've spoken about in this session. You could ask your teachers if it could be added to the word wall, or make it word of the week, even in your whole school. And maybe even ask for a reward, a class dojo, if you're using it in your writing. The more you use a word, the more it belongs to, well, you. So keep using them to build your confidence and your stories will come to life. Who knows, maybe you could be the next Julia Donaldson, or maybe you're sat next to the next Michael Morpurgo. So let's reflect as a team. Today you upgraded your vocabulary, and that means you upgraded your writing skills. This World Book Day, go all in and make the words in your stories stronger, because powerful words don't just improve writing, they improve thinking. So keep upgrading. Teachers, if you like this free webinar, please look on the Mrs. Wordsmith Education Hub on our website to see what other free and fantastic resources are on offer.
Thanks so much for joining us this World Book Day. Teachers, if you tag us on Mrs. Wordsmith on Instagram with what you've done with our webinar, our favourite stories will win a Mrs. Wordsmith swag box. See you soon!